The only local news teams taking action for you. KIMA KEPR Action News starts now.
Coming up this morning on Action News, a Union Gap woman is behind bars and a man is in the hospital after police say she hit the man with a car and then stabbed him, all while one of her kids was in the car. We'll share the latest. Plus, a good news update on young Roman Santos, the 1-year-old kidnapped by Elias Huizar, who took police on a chase and eventually crashed the car he and Roman were in. We'll have the latest on his story as well. And we catch up with the Toppenish High School speech and debate team heading to the state finals. One of the teammates has secured a spot at the national competition. Meanwhile, the rest are still fighting for a spot. We'll have that story and more coming up as you start your day with us right here on Action News. Good Friday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
Good morning. I'm Mike McCabe in for Jefferson Donovan.
And Mike, we've made it to the end of the work week.
We have.
Another day, and quite honestly, quite a spring-like pattern for this week. A lot of cloud coverage, a little bit of sunshine here and there, and some splash and dash showers. So it kind of seems like a mixed bag when it comes to the spring-like pattern. And are we going to continue that for today into the weekend and even as we head into the next week?
You know, I think you summed it up beautifully, David. Here, I'm going to do the news and you can do the weather. I'm totally kidding. Yeah, it's going to really stay the same as we move into the weekend. We're going to see hit and miss showers and kind of the same weather pattern set up over the weekend. So here's a look at Yakima. It's dark out, of course. Obviously, the sun has yet to rise, but we're going to start things off with a few clouds this morning. Temperature-wise, we're pretty mild out there. Checking in right now at the airport in Yakima at 43 degrees. The winds have been light out there this morning. However, as the afternoon wears on, we expect the winds to pick up out of the southwest between 10 and 20 miles per hour. Right now in Pasco, we're at 52 degrees and a little bit of a breeze right now in the south at 6. So how does it look into our Friday and your finally weekend? I'll have your full storm tracker forecast. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Thanks, Mike. We begin this morning in Yakima County. A woman from Union Gap is facing charges after being accused of hitting her boyfriend with her car and then stabbing him. According to court documents, on April 17th, the couple got into an argument, and while the boyfriend was locked out of his property, the girlfriend hit him with her car. The documents say one of her children was in the car at the time, and they go on to say the girlfriend got out of the vehicle and then stabbed her boyfriend in the stomach area and then drove off. He was taken to Multicare Yakima Memorial, where he had emergency surgery. Sheriff's deputies tracked the girlfriend's vehicle to north of Progressive Road, where there was a more than 90-minute standoff before she was arrested. And Kennewick police are looking to return some stolen property as part of their investigation into a burglary. The following items were recovered and believed to be stolen on April 1st in the 4800 block of West Clearwater Avenue. Investigators haven't been able to determine who owns these items. Included in the stolen items are aluminum wiring, a Rheem tankless water heater, and an Echo chainsaw. If you recognize any of these things, contact Kennewick Police on their non-emergency number. And we have some positive news after a tragic week in West Richland. Young Roman Santos is back with family after being kidnapped by Elias Huizar, the man who killed 2 women and fled. You'll likely remember these images of 1-year-old Roman in his car seat being rescued by Oregon State Police. He was recovered after troopers recovered by troopers after Huizar crashed and killed himself just outside of Eugene. Roman is now in the custody of his late mother's family, who live in Yakima. Child Protective Services took him to Yakima Wednesday evening. And following the deaths of the 2 women in West Richland on Monday, local businesses in our region are rallying in support of the families who lost their loved ones. Amethyst Creamery will be donating 10% of all proceeds to the families of Amber Rodriguez and Angelica Santos today, who were both killed by former Yakima police officer Elias Huizar. Now, owner Doug Tallman tells us he wants to help just like when the community helped him when times were tough.
Hope that we can contribute to both families on this and then kind of split it up and hope that they can get something, out of it.
Other businesses such as Tumbleweeds and Gutter Girl have also been raising money this week to support the families. You can help out by stopping at Amethyst Creamery anytime from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. today. As the summer season draws near, a new program will help lower-income families feed their kids when school is out. The Summer Electric Benefit Transfer Program for children is set to start this summer. The program is set to provide families with a $100 preloaded card usable at grocery stores and farmers markets. The cards will be issued to families between mid-June and the end of August, but the exact dates a child may receive their benefits will vary according to state leaders. However, most families who receive basic food assistance are automatically eligible for the program and won't need to reapply. Families that are eligible are encouraged to apply for the program. Once they're approved, families will get the cards within 7 to 10 days. Unused benefits will expire 122 days after they're issued. A new grocery store in Prosser is now open after a ribbon cutting yesterday afternoon. Grocery Outlet has more than 400 locations across the U.S. and is known for its value-based products ranging from produce, meat, deli items, and even an assortment of organic products. The first 500 shoppers took to the store after the ribbon cutting and each received mystery gift cards ranging in $5 to $500 in value. There was even a prize wheel for all patrons and free reusable bags. A $500 donation was also made on behalf of Grocery Outlet to historic downtown Prosser, as well as to the Jubilee Ministry of Prosser.
It's just going to be such an asset to this community because this community deserves affordable groceries, and that's exactly what we're here to bring. We're just so excited to be here with the community, and having their support and being able to support them back is really important to us. So we're just really excited to be here.
To celebrate the opening, customers have the chance to win $1,000 in an online contest. You can find out more on KEPRTV.com. And back in March, we spoke with the Toppenish High School speech and debate team who were headed to state finals. KIMA's Michelle Reyes gets up to speed with them as one of the members is now headed to nationals. The others are still fighting for a spot.
Toppenish High School speech and debate team hosted a barbecue fundraiser as they are getting ready to send 3 students to Des Moines, Iowa, 1 for nationals and 2 for the supplemental tournament in June.
State went extremely well. I was so proud of my kids. They all did really well. They all improved throughout the season.
Coach Haynes tells us one of her students was the first student to break to finals in state competition, taking 7th place, earning a spot at nationals for the dramatic interpretation category.
Oh, but Bob, we know he's gonna fry, but when is he gonna talk about the blood and the guts and the killing? Well, that's what you're here for, isn't it? Isn't it?
Cruz is a sophomore, and this is the first time he's in a speech and debate team. He shares being a part of the team has helped him with his confidence and is preparing himself for nationals.
I'm practicing as much as I can. I have a lot of stuff going on, so it's not as easy to get practice in. But when I do, I practice hard and I make sure that I will make my team proud.
On the other hand, 2 students are competing this weekend for a second chance at a spot for nationals. One of them is a freshman student. This weekend, Helen will be performing her program Oral Interpretation, which is a curation of different prose articles and music put together relating under one topic.
My topic is how we are exploring the influences blood quantum, the percentage of Indian blood one has an influence on not only romantic relationships, but those within our own communities.
Helen will be competing against 117 students and must place within the top 16 to earn a spot. Meanwhile, Cruz will be competing against more than 250 students and must be in the top 60 to advance. Reporting for Action News, Michelle Reyes.
KIMA's Michelle Reyes, thank you. That's a pretty cool story.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen a few of our local teams, whether there be the robotics team, athletic teams, or even the speech and debate team, going to do some pretty cool competitions. So it's pretty cool to see.
It is really good to see those young people going out there and debating and doing speech and doing well for themselves. That's a good story.
Absolutely. And speaking of things we like to see, some of the sun rays. I know we got a little bit of it today, yeah? Yeah,
absolutely. I think we definitely get more of that sunshine today than we did yesterday, so that's some good news there. And we also will look for a chance for some afternoon showers. With a little bit of daytime heating, some of those clouds passing by do have a chance to produce a few showers, mainly near the mountains though, but we're doing pretty good today. We'll bump that temperature up a few degrees. Keep in mind that wind's going to be a little bit breezy at times as well. How does that set us up heading into the weekend? Of course, I'll have that answer for you with your full storm tracker forecast. That'll all be coming up here in just a few moments.
Thanks, Mike. The time now is 5:09. Coming up on KEPR this morning, we talk money in Yakima, more specifically the city's budget in the coming years. They're facing quite the shortfall and are continuing to look for ways to get spending back on track. In about 2 minutes, we'll dive into the situation and break it down. But later in the show, national news. Amid growing pro-Palestinian protests across college campuses nationwide, a school in California has canceled its main graduation ceremony, citing security concerns. We'll have those details. And in health news, loneliness can affect a patient's chances of surviving cancer. A new report shows patients who felt lonely had higher rates, of death compared to patients that didn't. We'll talk those results. We're just getting started this morning, so stick around. There's plenty of news to get to. We'll be right back.